Hello, Math Masterminds. We're still working with our geometry unit. We're focusing on surface area of triangular prisms, but we're going to look at the lateral surface area. So once again, when we talk about surface area, it means the total covering of the faces of a 3D object is measured in units squared. We've talked about the rectangular prism. We're going to focus on the triangular prism's lateral surface area, which means we're excluding the bases. Now, keep in mind that the formula calls for big P, which means we're looking for the perimeter of the base times the height. I really want you to be attentive of the fact that height is going to be identified in two places. So it's the height of the base for the triangle and the height of the prism. Okay? So please be mindful of which height you're referring to. The height of the prism is always going to be between the two bases. And the two bases are identical twins. And in this case, they would be the triangles. Okay? I hope you let that soak in. Let's go ahead and take a look at some examples. Here we have our triangular prism. We have the formula big P times height. We identify our base, which is the triangle. And now we're going to find big P by calculating the perimeter of the base. So we're going to look at the dimensions of the triangle, which are 6 centimeters, 5 centimeters, and the other third side would be 5 centimeters. We also see the height of the prism as 11 centimeters. With our side work, we calculate the perimeter by calculating 5 plus 5 plus 6, which gives us 16 for the perimeter of the base. For the height of the prism, we're going to take a look at 11 centimeters, and those are the two values that we need for our formula. Remember, lateral surface area excludes the bases, so we're ready to substitute our values for our variables. We plug in the 16 for the big P, 11 for the height of the prism, and we calculate. And the lateral surface area for this triangular prism would be 176 centimeters squared. Remember, lateral is like the label, okay? A label that you put on something, usually on a can. In this case, it would exclude the triangles. Another example. We're given the formula big P times height. We're going to identify the sides of our base, which is the triangle, and we see that we have 12 meters, 9 meters, 15 meters. We can go ahead and do our side work to calculate big P by adding those side measurements, and we get 36 meters. Now we can take a look at the height of the prism, which is the 6 meters, because that's the height or the measurement that's between the two bases. Remember, lateral excludes the bases. So now we're ready to plug in the values of our variables. For big P, we got 36. For the height of the prism, we got 6. When we calculate, we get the lateral surface area of this triangular prism would be 216 square meters. So when you find in the triangular prism surface areas, make sure you slow down and you pay attention to the measurements that you are given. If you need any assistance, you can click the help button in our virtual classroom to come see me in Google Meet.